Yeah.
There we go.
No, does it look weird tucked in?
All right, hello and welcome to the 2018 ALA National Men's and Women's Championships live from Wembley Lacrosse Club in their 80th anniversary year. I'm Tony Watts as part of the ALM broadcast, and I'm glad to have with me an Aussie Shark, Mr. Sean Aaron, joining me in commentary today. How are you, Sean?
Good, how are you?
Good, mate. Sun's shining out here. Looking like a really good day for lacrosse, and we've got a cracking game for the first one.
Absolutely. I feel like I'm back in Melbourne. It was just raining about 20 minutes ago, but blue skies.
So the gods are shining. This game in the last couple of years, we've had SA actually knock WA out twice. So is it third time lucky for South Australia?
I don't know. I'm looking forward to this one today, though. It's going to be a cracker of a match. I think both sides have some significant firepower, but we'll see which defense comes to play today.
Yeah, I think the defense is going to be the key here. Both offenses are stacked. And we'll just have a quick look here at the South Australian men's state team. Obviously, a few Aussie Sharks amongst there that you'd know, Sean, with Matty Fuss, Nige Morton, Luke Keesing, Dan Evans and Joshy Harris.
Absolutely.
And there's some young names in there that we may not recognise for a few of them, but there's a couple of guys there who have played at that state level, and there's a couple of debutants this year. So the old guys are going to have to stand up, and the young guys are going to have to really perform well.
Absolutely, yeah. You've seen a couple of those guys, especially coming in from the U18 championships. We'll see if they can step up here at the playing with the big boys.
Yes, and we've got a returning MVP from 2016, Cody Watts, in the cage. He's going to start today, I believe. So good luck to him, and good luck to the South Australian team, as we will flick over to the men's team very shortly and have a look at those guys. And they are coming off a loss with you yesterday, 13-7. But again, on paper,
absolutely
it's
stacked.
a massive team, isn't it? There's probably, What have we got? Ryan Spark, Isaac Kale, Alex Brown, Tom Graham, Stuart Bentley, Mitch Kennedy, Lachlan Walker, Benj Muxlow, Brock Beale, all Aussie Sharks. I mean, on paper, that's a fantastic team. But they're going to have to play really well today.
They will. They will.
Did, and they sort of stayed with you for the first half yesterday, and then fell away in that last little bit. So,
yep, the last quarter was the big one for us. Big time at the face-off X. Lots of possessions coming through. So we'll see what happens today.
All right. So looking forward to a cracking game though here. I believe we've got an interview with the South Australian coach about to come up. But yeah, look, that team on paper, given that those many Aussie Shark members, should take this away. But you know what? The last two state titles, SA have just seemed to start a rot with the WA guys over the last couple of years. Okay, so we don't have that interview with the SA guys just yet, but we'll continue to talk on about this team. So yeah, so obviously, as I said, used to having sharks in WA, swimming through the waters.
Absolutely.
You always hear about them, but we have 14 sharks in action. Well, we have 14 sharks available in action, but we've just noticed there's a couple of notable outs for WA who haven't suited up today. So Alex Brown not suiting up and Stuart Bentley not suiting up.
Yep, so your offensive leader for WA, Brownie controls the ball there at X and really takes a lot of the pressure off some of the guys just controlling the offensive sets. And then Stewie on the back end is known for his length and keeping that stick up, knocking a lot of balls down, intercepting passes. So be something to watch today with those two leaders out on the offensive and defensive end.
And our men in black and white today, we have Steve Green, Steve McRae, and the ever-lovable Timmy Kennedy.
Absolutely.
We did notice Tim had some gloves on earlier, so we're not sure what that's about. Maybe he's looking for that flag height in his throws today. We were talking about that last night, so maybe he's found the gloves to be better.
He's taken them off now.
He's taken them off. And
probably just saving his hands for the flag throwing.
As we do that, I'd like to welcome Hannah May Round down to her boundary riding. So Hannah, how's it feel down there? Ground temperature and how the boys sounding?
Well, the sun's come up. Both teams look rearing to go. They just finished listening to SA's pregame talk, and they've also noticed a few notables are out on the WA side. I think that both teams will be looking to make an impact from the start here, and we'll see it just like the women's game. The center is so crucial here.
Yeah, look, I believe Luke Keesing will start in face-off for across South Australia, and it'll be interesting to see who WA put out there. Sean, who would you think they're going to...
I would look and see if they put the veteran out there with Jesse Boland Curtis. So he did well, especially in the first half against us. And then they've also they've got Aaron Salter there as a little two-headed monster for the Western Australian side.
Jesse's been big for WA over the last few years. Fantastic face-off player, and he'll be looking forward to getting the job done for his team, as will Luke Keesing, and there's a couple of younger guys for the SA. Dan Evans, obviously, Australian Shark, and there's a couple of younger guys as South Australia run out onto the field. Big day for the SA coaching team. Brett Howe, obviously first state coaching job for South Australia. I did have a chat to him earlier and did say to him that we started this rot in 2016 where WA lose this game and don't make a final. So I said he's got no pressure on him, but I'm sure both him and Shix will have pressure, as will Nath Rainey and the coaching staff from WA today, because they know that history's been there.
Yep, and it's and they're protecting their home ground. So we'll see who comes out first. That, like we said earlier, that first goal will be massive for both sides.
All right, so some predictions here. Hannah, who are you predicting today?
Well, I think I've got to back WA. I think it'll be a close game, so I'm going to say 11-10 WA. I think you'll see the depth, even with Brownie and Stewart out today. I think you'll see the depth of the youngsters coming up and really filling those holes.
And Sean, where are you sitting, mate?
I think
both teams?
We've played both teams. I think today the WA offense comes really to play and books a spot in tomorrow's final.
Okay. And I'm parochial, I know, but I know what this team has done the last 2 years, South Australia, and it was this year to a day in 2016 where we knocked WA out of a national championship final as favourites.
Yep.
And they were 12-9, so I'm going with South Australia 12-9 as a history to repeat on the day. Cody Watts was MVP that day, and he sits in the cage today. So will history repeat, or will WA be able to turn the tide here in this knockout final, effectively.
I think we'll stop living in the past now and look to the future as WA looks to face Vic tomorrow.
I love WA, and just the weather out here has been beautiful. So we wish both sides really well. We wish the coaches really well. The umpires a great game, and may the best team win. And as long as we get good lacrosse, really looking forward to this game.
And it looks like we've got Dan Evans and Aaron Salter out there for the opening face.
There we go. Okay, so Dan Evans, Sean Salter.
WA has got it.
Okay, picked up there by Mitch Kennedy. First shot,
Hey,
and
first
WA
blood.
are on the board in the first 12 seconds. A great face-off there, picked up by Mitch Kennedy, and
Finished by
looked
Cam.
down. Fantastic rip.
They're definitely looking to start with a bang and make a point here early on.
And that is the way that WA would have wanted to come out. Cam Evangelo getting on the board there. And WA couldn't have asked for a better start in this first final. And that was a rip-snorting rip from downtown. And the SA team would not have wanted to see that one.
No, it was a great feed from Mitch Kennedy there, putting it right where Cam wants it. They know each other from East Frio. And beautiful shot from Cam there.
Okay.
Got a legal procedure on the field.
It's an
Here's
illegal-
WA's ball.
Illegal procedure in the face here.
Did you boys see what that was?
I think he had his hand on the throat of the stick there. Not 100% sure, but I think they've called that illegal with the hand on the throat. So unusual that Luke Keesing isn't starting in there. He's been the key to South Australia's face-off in the last little bit. So the coaching staff decided to go with Dan Evans, and I wonder after that one, and that's 2 losses out of 2, whether they'll stick Luke Keesing in that face-off position.
In the men's game, do they get any chance to fix their hand placement on their stick, or is it immediate?
No, immediate down now. So immediate down. If their sticks aren't straight, they're not on the line, hands on the stick, they're leant over, they'll be pulled up straight away.
I would love to see that brought into the women's game. Takes half an hour to start draws sometimes.
It does sometimes. Okay, Braden Panter just passing the ball off there, kicking it around WA, just taking some time here. And getting around really easily there. Cody Watts,
Save.
first save of the day. Always good for a keeper to feel the first one go in after the first one didn't. Ball's been kicked out to Dan Evans. Aussie Shark just assessing here. And as WA sub, Dan Evans with the ball as a shorty. Got a shorty sub. Young Nathaniel Rowe comes on for South Australia. Just taking their time here, SA. Kicking out to Matty Fuss, and he is a speedster. Fuss against Panting there. Great look down, and that's a fantastic break for South Australia. Really, really good there by South Australia to get the ball into attack. As Josh Harris, I believe, he's wearing the blood jersey at the moment, with a 00 there. So obviously slid in too much mud the other day and didn't get his shirt washed.
That or forgot his shirt at home.
Well, that could be the case, but I know having coached Josh, he's a pretty switched-on fella, and he's been playing outstanding lacrosse. So Jackie Palmer in the back, one of the SA young guys, around to the sniper, Benny Robinson. This guy in State League at the moment has been sniping them from outside, and I've nicknamed him the sniper, so we'll see whether that actually...
We'll roll with
well,
it.
I'm hoping the sniper catches on, because he's been shooting lights out in South Australia for Glenelg Lacrosse Club. So Dan Evans picking up Panting here. Dan Evans with some strength. Kennedy just pushing in.
That's Panting.
That was Panting, yes. Panting. To Fuss. And that's ambitious. That's outside the second.
It's gone over to the Bowls Club.
It's outside the second fan for the women's. And I'm sure Sparksy would love shots from out there all day. As we get young Jack Palmer, stick side high, and first save, great outlet.
Great outlet.
Fantastic outlet. As WA bring it in, through Kennedy. He's going to get a shot off here. Great save again by Cody. And again,
Back and forth
a little bit of
across.
transition here. Nathaniel Rowe wearing that. He needs some help up the field. Great outlet to Nige Morton, who got 9 yesterday, so he'd be looking forward to get on the board early. Nige Morton walking through, wants a shot.
Beautiful check by Panting.
Nice little late check there. So, bit up and back there, Hannah.
Yeah, I think both teams are looking to control the game, and they're doing that through their speed. We'll see if SA tries to slow it down and get one past our keeper.
So SA bring the ball back in now. Jack Palmer at the back. Good up-and-coming young player. Has a really good left hand and played a lot of under-18, but he would have played a lot against Braden. And so just flicking the ball up. And Luke Keesing sees his first minutes of this game. He's been in fine form too. Oh, that one's off the bar.
Lucky.
Goalie's best friend.
Goalie's best friend. And
Attacker's worst nightmare.
I don't think Sparksy saw that one just quietly. And Lukey with that one off the bar, and Lukey be pretty pleased that he put that on the bar of Sparks. Evans with the ball here. Good defense. Oh, that might be in the back. So we got a penalty there, but Dan Evans puts that one away. I think that'll be waved off, that penalty. It looks like it was a push with possession. So SA on the board first. Okay, so that's been called an illegal body. It was before the shot, so it should be a face-off here for South Australia. But Dan Evans using his muscle there to get in, and a good shot.
Yep, he scored a couple on us on day one, putting that shoulder down and getting inside.
So SA, after that initial 10-second flurry of the first start of the game, really moving the ball down well and really pushing that bigger Aussie body at the moment. But WA defence, so WA will be in a man-down situation, and they've got Keesing in the face-off here. And there's an illegal procedure there again. Didn't quite pick up what that one was
WA
for.
started a bit early.
Yeah, looked like he jumped it.
And WA subbing here. Okay, SA in man up, just standing on. So SA will be in a man-up opportunity. 1-1 here at the start of this, what is effectively a knockout final for both sides. So we'll see what SA can do with their man-up.
Great ball movement.
Really good. Morton, down to Morton. Jack Palmer on the back to Fuss. Kicks it over to Keesing. Down the back, looks up top. Fuss. Great ball movement by SA, but great defense. Not letting SA get in anywhere here. We've got Dan Evans on the crease, just sucking off a little bit there. Oh, that's
Good
wide.
by Luke.
Great take by Lukey there. Just selling it down. SA not really moving a great deal in this man up. Kicking the ball around exceptionally well, but not a lot of movement. Jack Palmer just on the bottom corner. Oh, missed an open.
Yeah, he had that corner.
That was wide open, that corner, and as the penalty expires here for WA, and WA going to man up. Sean, what are you seeing at the moment?
It was good ball movement there, but they didn't really get the WA defense rotating on that backside at all. So look for them they tried to go through that skip lane from Nigel to Luke up top, but it was just a little bit off, so they didn't quite get that rotation on the backside.
And the sniper, as I said, just having a ping there. Oh, great pull down by Fuss there.
Didn't look like that one was actually.
I don't think it was meant for him. I think it was going to Palmer, who has the ball now. But that's the form Fussy's in, and that's why he's in the Sharks side.
Absolutely.
As is this man. And Jack Palmer's has been the guy who's been feeding a lot. He's had a lot of assists.
Great intercept.
Great interception there by Benji Muxlow, former South Australian team player over many, many years, the last probably 8 or 10 years.
We've got a broken stick on the field as well.
On the field here. And Fussy has broken his stick. So WA in offense here, but that was a great pick-off by Benjen. He's obviously played with these guys over the last few years, so maybe he knows how they move. But he was in great position there, and he'd be really pleased playing for his new state to have grabbed one of those.
Some insider information there.
Oh, I think he's played with plenty of these guys, so he's practiced a lot over the years with a lot of these boys, and he knows how they move, and maybe that's just come into his game there. Good defense. The shot there, and another great save up the top. Another really good shot, but a fantastic save from Cody Watts there.
We may be looking at his another MVP game for Cody today.
Well, if he continues in that, he's had 4 shots on him. Obviously, that first goal went in because he'd had 3 saves out of 4 shots, so going at 75% at the moment. And I'm sure the SA team will be looking for that to continue all day, because if he can snuff out those offensive possessions like that. And this is, to be honest, and I know him, his father, but this has been where his game's really improved in the clearing aspect. While he was in the Aussie 19 program with Lee Vick and the guys there, that program has been absolutely fantastic for a lot of these young guys, and you really see them pushing up into these state series now. Obviously just taking their time, looks at Nige Morton, and that's a great outlet. That's great patience. Nige just giving him the thumbs up there. And it's always nice when the current Australian captain gives you a thumbs up, although he does rip a bit in at training. I know Nige loves putting him on coat, so, you know.
I also think it's great when the offense just recognizes the work that the defense does in order to clear that ball, because you don't hear a lot about the defense when the offense is the one scoring the goals.
So we've got about 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and everyone's sort of going out. Zach Drury, or as I call him, the Does man. So Zach Durry coached him in under-18. He was a fantastic player. He's gone obviously playing state league at Glenelg. Just getting inside there and having a shot, but again away from the key. Another young Glenelg player, Jack Palmer, who played plenty of under-18 lacrosse. As we have the sniper at the back door there. So Dan Evans with the ball now. And you can hear the SA coach Brett Howe there in our FX mics just saying keep moving off the ball, keep moving off the ball. So Dan Evans likes his matchup here, but the defense is ready. And they're doubled early. Oh, he stepped inside. Great save. Ryan. Great save again. That's 2 in a row. 2 shots, 2 saves. And you can't do much more than that on the doorstep as SA just throw the ball away. And it will be a WA ball from just before the halfway line. And great save there from Ryan Sparks, and he's in the form of his life, mate. You'd be pleased to have him going away with you as the goalie.
Absolutely.
Contingent to Netanya.
Yep. He's really he's played well this entire tournament. He was the MVP of our game yesterday, and you know, he's seeing the ball really, really well right now.
So on the ground for WA at the moment, we've got Kale, Evangelo, the goal scorer in the first one. Sammy Koswara, another one who's been around in those younger tournaments and making his mark in senior lacrosse, as he has a couple of times as the goal scorer from the first goal there, just kicking it to Sammy Koswara. Sammy Koswara would have seen Cody in those underage games, and he's given it an opportunity there. But WA with the ball backing up there really well.
Matty Diver taking the dodge from the back right.
Diver, plenty of experience in that in there. Oh, another great save up high. And
look over top.
Just obviously seeing the size of him and thinking we're just going to pop it over the top.
Yep. Looks like Cody's beating him up high too.
And another one. K-Man coming down for South Australia. Bit of a fasty. And K-Man wants to stay down there with a long stick, but he'll be asked to get out of there, no doubt. Right. Oh, that was a
little high.
That was a little high, but certainly had some heat on it. And you would have seen a few of them at Aussie training, mate?
Yeah, quite a few.
From Fuss?
Yeah, when Fussy steps into it, he gets it's quite a heavy shot.
Yeah, we happen to, with coaching Sturt in the State League in South Australia at the moment, we had Brighton last week, and I must say, our keeper, Sammy, saw a few of them. Oh, good ball handling by Jack, but he really needs to move it on. He needs to draw that player and then move the ball on. SA will be looking for a score here. The last one was shut out really well by Sparksy on the crease. And Nige Morton just loading up. Fussy, great take. His skills at the moment, that's 2 one-handed takes where the ball's just been put away from him, and he made that look really easy. So Zach Drury with the ball now to Morton. Morton just liking that, and Morton one-on-one there. Just used the body and experience and got past Brock Bill, who obviously is Australian defender, and Nige Morton getting his first of the day.
Nige did a really good job taking away Brock's stick there by getting in on his hands and keeping his stick off of getting his hands free to be able to put that one past. Looked like it went short side there on Sparky.
It did, and so Nige Morton, he's been having lots of shots in the South Australian League, but his shooting percentage has been about .0003. So yesterday he put 9 on. I don't know how many shots he had, but he'd be happy with that. 1 from 1 today to start with. And SA go out to a 2-1 lead here with about 6.5 minutes to go in this first term, as we have Luke Keesing come in. Young Henry Haskett picks up the ground ball for South Australia. Obviously come back from college in the US, and SA will be glad to have him back. There's a few of these boys here who have ventured back from their first year of college. As Luke Keesing just decides and uses his experience to just slow the ball up a little. He says, I want to take him down the back here. Thinks he has a bit of a match-up on Aaron Salter.
SA really likes to exploit that short stick matchup on the backside with that invert.
Yeah, they love the invert, and I know, having coached them, that we did talk a little bit about that many times, and they've locked Keesing off at the back now. So here's Henry Haskett just getting past Kennedy, but a great slide there by Benji Muxlow. And although Fuss lines up and lets another one rip, but away from the cage. And SA getting shots on the cage at the moment. But what are you seeing down there, Hannah?
SA is really taking control of the pace of this game, moving the ball around, having the defenders switch, but WA seems to be crashing and helping each other out, so that's good. It's also really confusing when they run through the crease sometimes.
Not used to that, waiting for the 3-second rule?
Well, I was used, no, the crease, not the fan.
Sorry.
I was used to the crease rule in the States, and I've gotten used to not being allowed in.
Sorry, I did miss that. I was thinking maybe there's a 3-second rule or shooting space, but obviously we don't have that
No.
in the men's lacrosse. And,
Shooting space would ruin the men's game, I think.
It would, well.
Make my life easier.
5 minutes to go in this first term. SA with most of the possession in this quarter. A lot more shots than WA, but the score still sits at 2-1. As we have Lukey picking up that short stick matchup down the bottom and looking. We've got Henry Haskett sitting on the back corner here, still wide open. No one picked him up
down there.
Kennedy kept his eye on him. He knew where he was.
That's twice. That's one of those ones that Glenelg Lacrosse Club, having played them a couple of years ago. So Luke Keesing just pushing in. The double coming from Kennedy. There's a swap here. Fuss is just lurking on the opposite side. Jack Palmer against Benzie Mucklow. Okay, Nige Morton liking again what he sees. He did this last time against Brock Beale, and he says, I probably like that matchup. There's a 3 slide here, so there's got to be 2 guys for South Australia to lose. But South Australia just not moving their feet off ball and not giving Nige anything to have a look at. 3 guys, 3 long sticks slid then, and the SA guys were just watching Nige Morton do their work.
Early in the possession, you saw a lot more motion on the crease and cuts through, and now you can see they're a bit more stagnant up there.
Yeah, at the moment, they're just looking for these one-on-one, and you know, SA having 2 or 3 players on the crease, you're just crushing it down. But here's the sniper. I'm waiting until he lets one go in a minute. Good lefty, but you can hear the SA coach there on the FX mic saying, get off the crease, and I'd probably suggest that too. Very low. Oh, there's another cut by Haskett. Morton coming in, that same shot. And we've got a flag down here for a cross-check, I believe. No, we've got a hold.
Nice save by Ryan there off, looked like potentially the right knee.
That was a good save from Ryan, and again, he saw that shot earlier. But Brock Bill will come to the bench for a 30-second penalty here, and SA will go in a man-up situation, and these are the situations, especially early in these games, that you really want to make the most of, Sean.
Absolutely, and that's where we were able to capitalize in the 4th quarter, especially yesterday against the WA man down.
You really want to be able to score one in every 2 of these, and looks up the top, and Fuss will have an open shot, and Fuss just puts it away. Jackie Palmer looking up the top in that man-up, and yeah, look, finding Fuss, and you can't afford to give Matty Fuss any free movement with the shot there, and SA go to a 2-goal lead here at 3-1, and we have 2 minutes 14 to go, but a man-up goal there.
It's a great shot. Looked like he put it just inside the top of the crease there to get it to kick up. Couldn't tell if Ryan got a piece of it or not.
No, not quite. It just went about, I'd say, a couple millimeters over. He was in position.
Anytime he gets into that second, in between that second and first fan, Fuss and able to release his hands, he's he's not in the Aussie side for no reason. And, you're asking a lot of your defense. Look, great ride there from South Australia.
Good handle by Jesse.
Great handle there.
Brock's looking to get back out there.
So that is Brock having a shot.
Hear the crowd, they thought that one was on.
So I think that one did bounce over the top there.
Yep.
So Brock giving the applause there by the WA crowd.
Good crowd on hand today.
Fantastic crowd here today, and the weather's just turned it on early. I know we're expecting some really ordinary weather here. And some
I
rain
just felt 3 raindrops. Thanks for talking about it, guys.
Raindrops keep falling on a head.
You sang that yesterday.
Oh, did I? I'm doing it again. I repeat myself sometimes.
Every day.
I repeat myself sometimes. But WA with the ball here. They'd love to get a score with there's 1 minute to go in this last quarter. It's just ticked over 1 minute to go, and WA will be looking to get the last shot and putting a score on the board to bring it to a 3-2. Henry Haskett guarding here, the goal scorer.
Oh,
and,
that hit
save.
post.
That was a good save there.
I thought they hit the pipe.
We always give those to the goalies.
Yep, fair enough.
So is that right, Sean?
Absolutely.
Because
Goalie's best friend.
you pushed him there, and that's where it was meant to go. So But again, getting shots off, freeing the hands.
Just over the top.
A little bit of the whacker right there. A little bit of bounce over the top, but another shot for WA, and WA will be looking at...
you can see they're starting to mix their shots up now.
20 seconds to go, so there'll be something happening here. I know SA won't want to send a score.
Oh, a head has fallen off one of the SA lacrosse sticks.
So we can't play that man down. One on the corner.
And that'll make him pay.
And that's really unfortunate, that. Putting them in a man-down situation. They saw the man leave the field, and for WA, that's a fantastic finish.
Great look to the weak side.
And that was on the back corner as we watch the replay.
Isaac Cahill.
Isaac Cahill with the goal there, with about no seconds left on the clock as the first. So WA really happy with that last goal, no doubt. Dan Evans will
I think they needed to end it on a high note.
Yeah, Dan Evans will be ruining the fact that his head fell off there, and really did make the defence wonder what the heck was going on. But at the end of the first quarter here, we have as we expected, a cracking game. It is 3-2, South Australia.
Captain's just told him that he probably was better staying on the field even without a stick, taking the foul rather than leaving them in a man down.
Yeah. He's probably thinking that himself right now, Hannah.
Yeah, he's fixing his stick, though, ready to go.
So goal scorers here, Sean, for South Australia?
Yep. Dan Evans, all three Aussie Sharks. Dan Evans, Nige Morton, and then Matty Fuss.
And for WA?
You got Cam Vangelo there with that early rip, low to high, beautiful shot, and then Isaac Cahill to bring us into quarter time.
As we just speak, watching those highlights here, Dan Evans, and that's a great save there from Cody. Nige Morton pushing in, and that was his first goal of the game. Brock Bill, okay, that one did bounce over, and that's a great little finish there, and WA would have been really, really glad to finish the quarter that way. On the goalies, they look both doing a fantastic job out there. So what have we got here? We had Ryan Sparks ended up having 12 shots put on him, and he had 4 saves.
Yep.
So going at 33% at the moment, and Cody Watts had 9 shots put on him for 5 saves. So both goalies doing a great job, and both goalies pushing their posts and a couple off the bars. So doing a fantastic job. Any standouts there at the moment for you, Sean?
Look, just on the, I was impressed with the SA offense just slowing the pace a little bit because we all know that WA wants to get out and push transition, and they're deadly in transition. And then on the WA side, Ryan, I thought, did a really nice job keeping the shooters at bay there. So we'll see if WA can control the tempo a little bit more here in the second quarter.
And Hannah, anything outstanding down there that you've heard?
I had my piece to say before the timeout.
Okay, love it, love it. And it's fantastic that we can have those interactions, you being so close down there, so you hear what's going on
The
game
inside
level.
scoop.
We love the inside scoop, as Timmy Kay just signals that we've got an illegal procedure in the face-off.
Are there normally this many illegal procedures?
Unfortunately, it's one of those things that really gets pulled up these days. So they really, Luke Keesing just
slightly ambitious.
Giving Sparksy a cider for the first quarter.
Oh, that was a good 6 inches over the cage.
Yes, we were thinking that too.
Possession shot.
But Sparksy getting to see his first shot quite well. But SA into attack here. Benny Robinson. This is what he's been doing in South Australia, and he sort of wheels
Great
back.
defense there.
Doubles come, great defense, but this is the one where he releases the hand. We've got a crease infringement here. That's a sin.
Costly one for SA.
Absolute sin in an offense, and I'm sure the SA coaches will not be happy giving up an offense with that, Sean.
They look composed.
Good handle there, Brock.
Great handle. Brock's been a lot of action here, and good check.
He's got Benji up in the middle.
Oh, pull down.
And Benji just not grabbing that one.
He had the backup, though.
But WA in the backup, which tells you were in the right positions and you're doing exactly what the coaches want. So kicks the ball down to Kennedy. Kennedy working for the first...
They look to be marking Cam quite closely.
Yeah, I would too after that first shot he had. That was a rip snorter in that first 10, 15 seconds.
Oh, there goes Panting.
Panting, looking inside.
Oh.
Just putting a little spot on there, Isaac Cale, and giving it to the SA goalie in Watts. And Watts found that one quite easy, I believe.
It was right to his stick.
And
Didn't
that's what
have to move very
goalies
far.
like, that, don't they?
We do like that.
Hey, the little one where the pressure's on, defense puts pressure on the attacker, and
We'll
he just
take
sort
it.
of passes it over to you and go, you know what, we really shouldn't have it down here. How about you send it back? So we've seen SA really patient in these clears, and it's no different here with Watts just holding the ball. Got K-Man one side. We've got Fussy out the other side. Dan Evans breaking up the field here, and Lukey working against Kennedy. So SA just taking their time. They were looking over the back before and they hit Nige Morton. And Nige Morton just seems to be rolling up at the moment. Bill was watching him very closely because he saw that last time.
And we'll see if Cody picks his side to really force the issue. Find the 2-on-1.
We've got Nat Rowe. These guys are very flat together here. So that should open up here. There it is. And that opened up really well. Great patience for South Australia. And they're going to be in almost a fast man situation.
Good
And
save.
Great save.
There's the
good
sniper.
and another
Beautiful
One,
save.
save.
two saves from Sparks.
That's what he was
That's
looking
a
to do.
fantastic 2 shots, fantastic 2 saves. But great clear from South Australia.
Great start to the second quarter for Sparksy.
And that's, as I said, that's really, really good from Sparksy there in the cage. As you can see why I called him the sniper. When he gets his hands loose, that one hit him quickly. Benny Robinson. So SA just asking to suck out. We've got Nat Rowe just coming over the centre line here. Going to release Fuss into the attack as SA make a substitution. And it's a really pleasant day here at Wembley. Luke Keesing with the ball.
And now you've brought the wind.
I called that on you. We can see the wind down there with your hair just blowing around there. And there's a shot from Evans.
Over the net.
Over the net, so
Good in footy.
good showing Sparks the pace of the ball. If they're not on the cage and not making a save, they're not much, but there's Jack Palmer. Kicks it up to the sniper.
Good
Robinson.
handle.
Kicking it down to Fuss. Nige Morton just lazily going into the centre, going, I'm really not doing anything here. Evans up the top. Lots of Aussie boys in this attack.
Yep.
As there were in the WA attack last time. Fuss with the ball, liking that matchup. Looking for the slide here. Oh, Fuss just putting one over the top again, but SA getting plenty of shots here.
Keeping them to the outside a little bit here. Matt gets that first step, and he's really lightning quick when he gets just above GLE, and he'll look to shoot it right away. Or you got to watch, because sometimes he'll just take that extra step and turn and come down and bury it.
I noticed in the first game against you guys, he put a couple from goal line extended and just literally found a hole where it probably didn't exist. So Evans with the ball, and Evans just
Bottom left corner.
bottom
Beautiful
left corner.
shot.
Sparksy into his, a lot of defense in front of him, and he wouldn't have seen much of that.
No, it looked
really
like
late.
one of his defenders just ran in front of him. We'll see here if we get a replay.
And there we go. Oh yeah, Kennedy may have just got in his view there. You see as Evans comes across, Kennedy starts to step back. Although, well, that was a really good shot from Evans. 2 defenders, they both slid to him, and he's managed to put it away. And SA go out to a 4-2 lead. Evans with his second of the day. First one on the crease, second one just from outside. So.
And I think that's a side of his game that you've really seen improve over the past year and a half, especially through the Aussie trials. Just getting into the offensive side of things. Great defensive midfielder, but has really stepped up on the offensive side.
And Keesing just showing his dominance in face-off there. It's a good look towards Netanya.
Yeah.
Because he took a few in 2014 in Denver, and I know he's sort of that pinch hitter in there sometimes.
Yep. So we've got Noah Jenny and Tim Graham looking to take, I think, the majority of the draws, but having someone who's been there before too always is a good thing.
Yeah, those 2 guys you mentioned, fantastic face-off players for Australia, and looking forward to really seeing their craft over in Netanya. And it's a really exciting time as South Australia kick it down to Robinson, obviously left-hander, and good look. Zach
Check.
Drury just sitting up the top. Flags down here. We've got a flag on. Nat Rowe with Dougie
shot.
Brooks on for his first real run. As we have Fuss, ambitious at best, but flag was down. You may as well have a crack.
Yep.
You never know, do you?
That is another rule I'd like to see brought to the women's. Shoot on a flag and get the ball back.
Shoot on the flag and get the ball back. We've got a 1-minute slash there to Ashby Dennis, sitting down in the box. So Dennis just, Steve Green finding something down there. Must have just got him on the loose arm. Around. So SA, another man-up opportunity. And these are the ones they really have to work, because these are the ones that can be the difference. Or inside Morton.
Oh, good save, Ryan.
Great save,
Just
Ryan.
a little piece of that one.
Nige with another shot there. And coming out.
WA handling the pressure in the midfield.
Great save there from Ryan Sparks. Again, I think that's about 8 shots for the quarter, and Sparks, he's got 3 of them. So we've got a timeout called here to WA. So WA will just have a chance to settle, let the coaches get in there and say what they've got to do.
They've got to be looking to take control of the pace this game and to make an impression on this possession.
Yeah, so they'll be looking, obviously, with penalty on box. They're just looking at take the time out. We're in the second quarter. He's got to only use one.
Yep.
So may as well take one now. Find a spot where we're going to run out this clock for this thing. Get back even, and then and work offensively to find out where we're going. Yeah, look, really good game.
Yeah. Back and forth, 3-2.
Back and forth.
Low scoring. 4-2. Sorry.
Yeah, they haven't.
They haven't updated that one. They haven't updated that one.
What was the Victoria SA score?
13-6.
13-6, and it was 13-7 for WA. So, judging by those scores, you would think this would be a 1 or 2 goal game.
11-10, boys. I called it.
There you go.
12-9. I'm still not giving up.
I refuse to pick a score.
Just go somewhere in between 10 all.
Yep.
Golden goal.
For sure.
Give or take 2, either side.
So
someone will win.
Somebody will win today.
We will have an opponent for Victoria for tomorrow.
We will. And who are you looking forward to playing? Can I ask that, Sean?
Look, either side. I mean, they both pose their challenges. Each one has a very different style. Both exceptional teams, and I think we'll both be looking for a little payback against us. So we'll see. It's nice for us to this year especially go into it knowing that we're playing tomorrow instead of waiting to see on a bunch of mathematical equations like we had to last year. So it's nice to be in the driver's seat.
Absolutely is. It's always better when you're in the big dance and getting to watch your opponents whack each other.
Absolutely.
Before.
Do you think we'll see as many sticks checks as we saw in last year's championship?
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not too. I did call one against WA in 16, and they were none too happy. But I did do that off the back of Luke Keesing came off and said, "You got to call that," and he was wrong. Always trust a referee, a player/referee.
I'll hold my tongue on that one.
He did me wrong that day. So WA moving the ball around here. Evangelo with the ball.
We're back to 6-on-6 play here.
Kicking it down to Kennedy. He kicks it out to Walker. Really, really trying to stretch the SA defence here. Kicks it over to Gillespie. Really looking at opening up. We've got the 2 shorties sitting inside. Oh, that's a
good check on Kennedy.
Great check, Cody, with the should have picked that up rather than the old
Indian Canadian pickup there.
You know what? Do the simple things when simple things need to be done. So it'd be ruining that he came out the cage and tried to do that. It's not a time for those sort of tricks in a game like this. You just need to pick the ball up, get it in your stick, and work for something. So got pace here with on K-Man. Isaac Kale to Walker to Kennedy. Great one off. I don't know whether that come off the foot there, Hannah.
I didn't see it. I just saw the dirt fly up after it.
Okay, so maybe that was a miss, but
we'll give it to the goalie.
Okay, well, so second shot for WA this quarter.
Some good backup there.
And Cody with the outlet just hits Josh Harris. And this is where Josh Harris does his best work. That transitional defense from Harris has been exceptional, and you'd be looking forward to. Obviously, he's an alternate over in Britannia, but if he does get his opportunity, we hope that's not the case for someone in the team. But if that does happen,
we've got all the confidence in him.
We know we've got that covered. So Harris was outstanding in the first game too against you guys.
Yep.
I picked him for MVP, but obviously Luke Keesing got the nod there, and congratulations to Luke as he comes on Q for us, Keesing, down to Palmer. And this is a real Glenelg offensive. Evans just working that big body.
And I'm waiting to see if SA will look to, is that Palmer down there, number 22?
22.
Look to see, because he seems to be getting a step on Blair Bentley there behind X a couple times.
He's very quick.
You can see he's trying to demand the ball a bit more.
And they've brought him up the top now. So they've inverted here, one of the shorties. So Fuss on Graham. They would have seen plenty of each other.
Good slide, Brock.
Great slide there. And great defense there from Mitchell. But as we speak of the man we were talking about, he's now picked up a shorty. And they'd be happy to have the shorties there on the crease. They'll bring him out the back here. SA again spreading wide, just as WA did that last offensive set.
They got a double invert, little.
There we go. Palmer on Mitchell. Or should I say Mitchell on Palmer? Morton running down the side. He normally likes those. Oh!
He was looking all the way around that, waiting for his moment.
He did wait for his moment, and that was...
Ran himself out of an angle there.
Just over the bar, but you saw him when he got the ball at the top. As you say, Hannah, he just he was waiting, and gave it a crack. But
a red hot go.
Over the top of the bar, as young Doug Brooks comes on to the field with that flowing hair. I'm only jealous. I've actually got a solar panel now that keeps me charged when I'm out there with the bald spot. But Evans with the ball. Working hard up the top. And this is where Evans likes to do his work. WA looking for that slide.
Great defense, keeping him out.
There.
Tommy Graham.
So SA looking like they were in almost a 4-2 then. Giving plenty up the top, but back into a 2-2-2 now.
They've really slowed the pace here.
Really. Here's the sniper. He's a lefty. But really good ball handling skills. Had an outstanding start to last year in South Australia, and then got a concussion and just knocked him around a little bit, but he seems to have come back well from that. Palmer working his way up the top. Evans, again, a little bit of off-ball movement, but nothing outstanding from South Australia at the moment. Certainly tying up. Evans again with a shot, but great defense there.
Showing off some of his strength there.
Tommy Graham. And missing the cage once more. And Tommy Graham just letting him know all about it. Oh, there's a little one that we don't want to see. Dan Evans, keep that away, please. I don't know whether you noticed that one.
Yeah.
Graham was pushing back.
Yeah.
Looked like they were having a couple of teammates having a little fun there.
I'm glad he's wearing a cup, let's just say. Because there might have been one that just unintentionally snuck low. Graham here just whacked that. You normally can't hit someone on the ground there like that.
Loose flag.
And Nige Morton telling Tommy Graham all about that. Really went the hack while he's on the ground. And I think that was more about what happened earlier in that last little bit than... So we should have a slash here.
Yep, he's in the penalty box.
As the FX might pick up
ALN's finest.
Timmy Kay, just letting everyone know that he's still out there. You can hear those dulcet tones from everywhere. And Tommy Graham will sit down for a 1-minute slash, so SA will go into a man-up situation again, and they'll want to do what they did last time and put one on the board. Although they really need to work the ball.
See if they increase their movement on that off-ball side.
You can hear the WA coach just saying, hold the corners, hold the corners. Nige Morton sitting out there wanting another. We'll give that, I'm going to give that a save.
I'll give that a save.
That was a cracking shot, and I reckon he got a big piece of that with the foot. So, but Nige just getting that radar on, and he certainly had some pace on that. Just working the top here, working the top, moving the ball. There's Nige again. And you just can't give too many looks, can you?
No,
the last one
too good.
Last one was on the foot and saved, but when you let him get inside that second fan of the women's, he's got a shot that most goalies really don't want to see from there, and you can see it right on that second fan.
Yeah, and put it right on the inside of that far pipe. Great shot.
So Nige Morton with his second, and we're going in order at the moment because the goal scorers in the first quarter for SA were Evans, Morton, Fuss, and at the moment we've had Evans, Morton.
There we
So
go.
Fussy be looking to step up here, but SA just go out to a 5-2 lead and just get a little bit of breathing space here. Luke Keesing in the face.
And WA picks up the ground ball.
Great
pick up
ground ball.
there, Benji.
And there is Benji's trade in a heartbeat right there.
Phenomenal off the wing.
He has done that for South Australia and now WA, and his
And
home
he'll
club
hopefully do it for us
Doing
here
it
in
for
July.
Wembley every now and again as well.
and Wembley. And he's a fantastic midfield D. And just I wanted to call him the Hoover because he just sucks up ground balls.
The Hoover.
The Hoover. I don't know whether he'd like me calling him that, but you know what, Benj, we love you.
He can't hear you right now.
He will later.
I'm sure he'll have something to say about it.
No, one of the greatest guys I've coached in my coaching career out at Burnside, and just a lovely guy. His work ethic is second to none, and really pleased to see him making the Aussie side.
Cam's
Got
limping.
an
He's
ankle
got his
there,
ankle or his
so
knee.
we might have popped a stick to that, or just a little twist. As the ball kicks out here to Walker.
Got Causey coming on for Cam.
Cozzy coming on. Cozzy was good early in that first.
Yeah, he's battling a bit of a sinus infection at the moment, coming off of it.
Well,
But
the more
still
he
looking
runs,
to make his impression.
the more he runs, the more it runs. Sorry for our viewers if that's giving you a visual image. Really good from Nige Morton there, doubles, but happy to get the ball away. Yeah, good Josh Harris. Josh Harris all over
Good
that.
recovery.
Back to Walker. Walker just liking what he sees. Good up check and gets a shot away there.
I'll give that one to the defender. Didn't let his stick get down far enough. The ball was quite high over the cage.
Yeah, really, really good, solid defense on that as they change that long stick matchup on Walker. And Josh Harris has gone to that now, but really good defense. Just got that bottom hand and lifted it up, and it went up over the bar. So Cody not having to do anything in the goals with that one. And here we go. Likes what he sees. Off-ball movement. And looks down the bottom. But
That was not missed opportunity.
a good slide from Harris. Great little, just trying to get that stick out of his hand there, Harris. Just little one in and trying the can opener. So up the top here with Gillespie. Kicks it over to Diver. Diver down the right-hand side. Looks inside and over the top there from Cozzy. But WA starting to get a couple of shots off.
Yeah, they're getting in great position for those shots, just waiting for them to fall.
Cozzy be keen to put one on the board.
Most definitely.
He's had 2 shots now. While the game's just going at a frenetic pace, we're down to 2 minutes with this quarter. So it seems to have gone really quickly this quarter. So on the
Jordy
top,
can get his hands free.
and good defense.
Decent. Nigel.
Nige Morton. And
Save.
Cody with a great save.
Low.
Great save.
Ball on the ground.
Grab ball.
Where's that
Still
ball?
on the ground.
Ball still
it
on the
is.
ground.
And the defense has it.
Pick up there. You want to kick it back and find some space. Keesing with the ball. Nice little swim
Handle.
move. Great handle. Good defense from South Australia. And they're just going to kick it over to Watts in the cage. And great save there from Cody on that last one.
Yep, good defense forcing Gillespie into his offhand.
So
Dangerous shooter from both sides, though.
1:20 on the clock here. So SA will look hopefully to have the last shot. I'm sure that Craig Schicker down there is belting out instructions.
Hold the corner.
Hold the corner, hold the corner. Cody's just sucking out the back. They've sent
Little cat and mouse around the crease.
Mitchell to him, which opens up that one. Cody with a nice pass to K-Man.
Mitchell looking to angle to meet him.
And he's got Cody as a backup there. They may just look to run out the clock here with 57 seconds to go.
They're in no rush.
They're in absolutely no rush. They've got a 5-2 lead at the half, SA. And, you know, although Cody be looking for an outlet here if he had an opportunity to get one last shot off. And I see Morton sitting in the middle there, just eyeing it off. And there's Nige just working the background here. Watts taking all the time in the world. No need to get it up. If it happens, it happens. K-Man just
Tripped himself a little bit.
Oh, I was going to say he was taking a knee. I didn't know why he was doing that, but obviously got those big size 11s tangled up.
And run it out.
And now we'll run it out. So SA will have an opportunity here. There's 17 seconds to go on the clock.
No one's crashing on him yet.
Ooh,
Oh, we've got
run
a
out.
time out on South Australia, and a fantastic time out there for Brett Howe. It's about 15 seconds to go. No, 10 seconds to go in this last, so they'll be looking at least one shot.
Yep.
And this is where coaches come into their own, Sean.
Absolutely. See what the SA offense comes out with.
And Brett Howe just asking how much time to go. We can tell you, Brett, there is 10 seconds. So they'll want to get the ball down, looking at a play and at least one shot. So we'll see what SA come out with here. And as the camera just shoots out towards both groups. WA defence just having their last minutes and a preparation in a chat. SA just working out what they're going to do. And I'm sure SA will want to score here. WA will want to stop it. But if it doesn't, it's been a fantastic half so far.
It has. It has. Back and forth.
Everything that we have expected out of this game. SA will be fairly happy to be in this 5-2 lead at the moment. But you're never happy with a 5-2 lead.
Nope.
And I can't get over the weather. Little spits of rain there, Hannah, before.
Yeah, it's all gone now. The sun is back. The wind has died down, so it'll probably come back now that I've said that.
I didn't know if it was you doing a little happy dance down there for scoring that took it away, or but it worked. So SA, 10 seconds on the clock in this second quarter, and we will see what they bring out. You would think you would be looking at getting the ball in the hands of a Morton or a Fuss here to have a shot, or they may just decide to hold it out and not do anything.
We'll see. I don't see the timer on
And
the
why
field
would they
yet.
call a timeout if that was the plan?
I don't know why that is.
Here he goes.
Although maybe our clock's out slightly.
Yep, because the timer, here comes the timer, so now we're at 30.
Okay, so 30 seconds. So
that makes a lot of
apologies to our viewers. We had 10 seconds on our time clock up here, which makes a lot of sense because they didn't look like they were going hard enough to be Nigel Morton just sitting up here. This is where he went last time on this right-hand side. And will he go again? Because clock's on the field. They want to get a shot off here, SA. And they've put it in the hands of Palmer. So Palmer looking at this one, might roll back here, looks up the top, no, and shot coming from Fuss maybe on the, kicks it up to Morton. They're going to have to get a shot off here. So Morton doing his work, gets inside,
beautiful
great
check.
strip, and that would be a
Hail
penalty
Mary.
there. We've got a penalty.
Yep.
As the timer goes, we've
Yep.
got a penalty for checking the goalie. That was really not good lacrosse from South Australia right at the end
Smart
of
play
that.
by
very
Sparky
disciplined.
down there, though.
Really,
Drawing that foul.
really good from Sparksy. Just saw the stick in front of him, and while you throw it large. All right. And so at the half here, we've got SA 5, WA scoreless that quarter with 2 goals. So it's a 5-2 lead, SA WA. Goal scorers that quarter, Sean, for South Australia.
Yep.
And we have Coach Nathan Rainey coming down for an interview if you boys have any questions to ask him.
Excellent. All right, as Coach Rainey just heads down to have a quick chat to us before we get into that. We'll just go through those goal scorers for South Australia. There's only 2 of them.
So you had Dan Evans working his way inside and getting a good shot on, and then Nigel Morton with his second of the day as well, just putting it off the far pipe in that man-up situation.
So as Nath just gets mic'd up down there with Hannah.
Yes, we're ready here.
All right, Nathan, welcome to the commentary. Game 5-2 at halftime. How are you seeing the boys at the moment? Their movement in offense has been pretty good.
Yeah, movement's been good, but I think South Australia are packing in the ball in their defence in tight, and we're not actually taking our opportunities. So yeah, a lot to work on in the second half.
All right, and Sparksy's taken a lot of shots there. I think that's about 23 shots at the moment. He's had 8 saves, so standing up when he needed to stand up.
Yeah, it's good. We're getting the shots where we want them to come from, but yeah, we've just got to now get some possession back and start dominating the second half.
All right, so you'll be looking at getting the ball out the centre of the next one and putting some offensive pressure. Who's going to take the game up from here?
I think all our shorties, we start with man up, so we've got to score now and keep the momentum going from there.
Yeah, very smart play there from Sparksy right at the end. So good luck for the second half. Appreciate your time, and we'll let you get back to your team. So thanks very much, Nathan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. Good luck.
All right, so right now we have Mark Bowman from the Wembley Lacrosse Club. Welcome, Mark. Fantastic looking, the grounds at the moment. Obviously, a lot of work's gone into this tournament. And have you had much sleep lately?
Lately, no. A lot of work lot of dedicated volunteers.
Yeah, so very happy with the weather of the last couple of days. Been kind to us.
Yeah, it seems to have, the first day was damp and we're sitting there going, oh no, how the field's going to hold. The fields have held up really well. But what we've seen is some exceptional lacrosse here over the last couple of days. The women's games yesterday were really good. And
obviously some high quality games. Yeah, well, we got the cream of Australian lacrosse out here, so you'd expect nothing less.
And anyone you want to say thanks to as part of your...
Well, firstly to Mandy Plummer, our president at Wembley Lacrosse Club. Mandy's done a power of work, but under Mandy we've had a subcommittee of myself, Gary Brown, Jeff White, Beck Banyard. We've got our canteen staff. We've got volunteers from Alkimos. You know, other clubs have come on board. So it is a Wembley event, but it's also a WA lacrosse event as well.
Yeah, and look, everything's been turned on, and I don't think anyone could have any issues with what's happening here. It's girls at the canteen have been great. They brought out a chicken and cheese sandwich to me yesterday while I was commentating. So
Marina Sears looked after you then. Well done.
She has. And obviously 80 years this year.
80 years, 1938 we were founded.
1938.
Do the maths, I'm not quick, but yeah.
Okay, I'm going 80.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
And obviously, plenty of superstars in that time for Wembley Lacrosse Club.
Look, we've had some great players. You know, you go back to the Bob Ramseys and the Bill Browns. You know, Bill Brown's a fellow of the Australian lacrosse. So we've got 3 and 4 generations of families have played here over the years. So a great club.
And a couple of Wembley boys in this WA team.
A couple of Wembley boys. I think I counted 7 this morning.
One ex-SA Wembley boy.
Oh well, yeah, we'll claim him now.
No, great lad, Benji.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you see this game going?
Well, my heart says I want obviously WA to win, but it's going to be some hard work by our boys. They seem a bit nervous out there at the moment. They don't seem to have hit their stride, but hopefully they can come back in the second half and big game tomorrow with the Vics.
Yeah, look, whoever wins this, I know will be looking at getting on top of Victoria, and Sean's obviously sitting here next to us. Obviously, Victoria have been dominant in the last couple of years when they've got to those finals.
Yep.
So whichever one of these teams wins, good luck to them. And,
good luck to best team on the day will win.
And nothing better than knocking off the Vics.
Oh, we know all.
I don't know about that.
I know. I would second that.
And South Australia, eh?
And Hannah's down there. She likes the idea of knocking off the Vics as well.
Yes.
So,
yes.
After yesterday. So. Look, thank you for your time. Really appreciate you coming up here and giving away your time.
Yep.
Fantastically well organised event, and from the ALA and the ALN, thank you very much, and we really appreciate you.
No, thank you. Thank you for everyone coming out and supporting lacrosse.
Yep, the greatest game in the world.
Fastest game in the world.
We love it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thanks, Mark. All right. So we thank Mark Bowman there, and we thank the head coach of WA, Nathan Rainey, as this second half is not far from coming back. WA obviously will be looking forward to getting on the scoreboard early in this second half, Sean, and looking at just nudging back that deficit.
Yeah, it'll be. I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see what WA can do. Hopefully, they can look to push that transition. That's their bread and butter. They'll have that 30-second man up as the whistle had gone before the call. So. No face, so we'll see get our first look, I think, today at this WA man up.
Yeah, I'm going to say WA, perfect opportunity to just etch back one here at the start of this third quarter, and SA will want to shut this down. Just on shutting down. Obviously, I said before, the goalies in this game are getting lots of work. Sparksy then taking 11 shots, and he had 4 really good saves, and he's still in the cage. I did see Wazza warming up. Cody that quarter had 5 shots for 3 saves, so he's doing a good job for South Australia, although the WA actually not putting enough shots on him at the moment.
Well, boys, we've got an opportunity for an interview down here with head coach Brett for SA, if you'd like to feed me a couple questions to ask him.
G'day, Brett. Look, just obviously, thank you for giving up the time as Josh Harris just picks that one up. And you might want to have a look at that one. But Joshy Harris, great interception there. You only need 5 of them in a game, although as we speak, that's not great. So you can turn back now, Brett.
He can't hear you, so
sorry.
you didn't hear any of that.
So, Brett, 5-2 at the half. You must be pleased with the first half.
5-2 at the half. You must be pleased with the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Look, the guys were up for it before the game, and
we talked about it prior to the game. Just play really good control.
Another
across, not to push too hard, not to foul, make them play 6-on-6. And look, the guys have, to their credit, executed the game plan perfectly so far.
All right, as we've seen just there, Brett, Cody with another great save down low with a shot on cage. He's going at about 70% save at the moment. You must be pleased with him in the cage.
Happy with Cody and his 70% save rate so far this game?
Yeah, definitely. Look, for such a small guy, he stands up really tall in the cage, and he's been big for us today. So I'm hoping the second half that continues, and he can go a long way to helping us get the win.
With the momentum going your way in the first half, what have you said to keep the boys up and to keep control of the game?
Look, I just said to the guys, just keep doing what you're doing. Stick to the game plan. Keep the momentum going, and not to get ahead of ourselves and not to get too crazy. Just stay calm and keep playing the great lacrosse they're playing.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll let you get back to the game.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Brett. We appreciate him giving up that time right at in the middle of this quarter as SA just clear and Cody makes another clear up to Paddy Palmer.
And they'll have the man up here too in a second.
And they've got a flag down here. I think that was for one after on Matty Diver, just giving one away there. Probably sick of chasing those guys back and forth and figured, but Jack Palmer doesn't realise there's a flag down here. He's got to go towards goal, otherwise he's going to wave this off.
Whistle.
As they must have been listening to me, the referees.
Absolutely. I wish I would listen to the players on the field a little bit more, but
no, look,
I don't know if the players saw the flag. It wasn't thrown as high as the normal men's referee.
I was just about to say that. Here, when we do our live streams in SA, we're always on about flag height, and I'm going to say
it was a 1 out of 5 for the flag height today.
That poured out of his pocket. To be honest, no real. We've got some referees just conferring here on the bench. I believe we've got a 1-minute slash there. I didn't actually see the call.
Probably just told them to throw the flag higher next time so everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah, that's not the flag still on the ground out there by the wing line, is that just
no, just
no,
a big
that's
leaf.
that's a leaf.
See, my eyes are really good. So SA will start again in a man-up situation after WA had that opportunity to get one away in that man-up. But a really good save by Cody. So SA will be looking to put one away here and almost create that 2-goal turnaround. Just looking again at that bottom corner. They're holding the bottom corner. So what are SA going to do here? Because they're holding that bottom corner really well. They're not really pushing up. Dan Evans opened up in the middle. Just flicking high and...
missed opportunity there.
Fuss shooting before he had the ball there.
Catch, then shoot.
And he liked what he saw before he had the ball. But I'm sure he will do it again. And Morton,
got the inside
Morton
step
with
there.
the ball. And great. We got another flag down there. That's better flag height, though. Fuss with the shot. Fuss scores for South Australia.
Bottom left.
Brock Bill really upset with himself there that he allowed Fuss to get that shot away. Great pressure coming out to him, but there was a flag thrown there. And we've got Brock Bill with a slash before that. So I don't know whether that was in his head when he first had that opportunity, but you see here, Fuss able to free the hands, and that's the first one of the quarter for SA in a man-up situation, and that's Fuss's second one.
There you go.
And they are running in order.
They're in order.
So we're seeing Evans, Morton, Fuss, Evans, Morton, Fuss. So I'm on Evans for the next goal for South Australia, but they just creep out. And that margin, 6-2 now for South Australia. We've got a legal procedure here, and it's going against Jesse Bowen-Curtis. And Jesse's got to play some defence now. Luke Keesing with the ball, and they're still in a man-up situation for a minute. So SA will really want to look at capitalising this as they send their same man-up team out. The last one worked with Fuss being able to free his hands as they just kick the ball around here. Dan Evans, and he's got to be the scorer because otherwise we're going to go out of order here for South Australia. But he's just found himself on that right-hand side, so he's overcommitting. Luke Keesing just popping into the middle. There's a lefty just sitting on the bottom there. And got to move the ball quicker here. SA don't want to turn the ball over in a man-up situation.
Well, the WA looks like they're trying to get the goalies out.
Goalie's out.
Goalie has the ball.
Sparky. And
being pushed out.
Just knocks the ball out. Unfortunately there from Palmer. Couldn't get a handle on it the first time. Sparksy out the cage, landing his thing. And the penalty is released here for WA. But good job there from Sparksy to get out the cage.
Yep, nice athletic play outside.
Again, young Jack Palmer went to ground there trying to flick the ball instead of just keeping going at it and trying to pick it up. And I'm sure he will be slightly disappointed with that.
I think Sparksy was just sick of seeing the ball in his end.
Yes, so panting with the ball out here. Well, Robinson just showing that white men can jump, but not really good defence and running out. Just letting him get past. As soon as you leave your feet, you really can't turn anywhere. So Benny Robinson just letting him get out quite easily there. Kick the balls up to Diver. Diver kicks it to Graham. Graham he's been good in defence, but hasn't done much offensively yet for WA. Jordan Gillespie with the ball, just looking at the bottom corner, looking at freeing his hands for a shot. And straight between the legs of Watts there.
They needed that.
Good patience.
And that is an understatement there, Hannah. They really did need that, but a really good little turn. The defender just slid off him in that turn and allowed him to, and as we see there, Luke Keesing, head in the air. He realises what he did then, allowing
that rollback.
Jordan Gillespie to get in and get a goal, and a much-needed one for WA.
I think that's what the WA coaches would have had to talk about at halftime is you were in a hole, you got to chip away one at a time, just like yesterday.
So face-off here, we've got another illegal procedure. This time it's going the way of WA.
I think we've only seen like 2 proper face-offs.
Yes, and as I said, we see more and more of that because it's one of those things that seems to get picked up, Hannah, and sometimes you'd rather just see a good old-fashioned stouse in there. But referees have rules to abide by, and they're obviously abiding by them by the book.
Oh, we see the nets at the end have been falling over. About 5 people trying to keep them up after this wind picks up.
Must have been the shots, because a lot of the shots have been that end.
They have.
So going with the breeze in footy terms.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking in, and WA will be looking at that.
That's not
terrible,
good for them.
terrible handling there. And,
SA.
and Goddard really won't be happy with himself with that ball handling, as SA get another opportunity, and those unforced turnovers can they're coach killers. But SA, with Evans being on the spot there, able to pick that up. Bush getting the ball. And SA.
He's got a shorty, see if he takes him behind.
And he has got the man who just pushed that ball, got rid of that ball. So his head may not be in a great spot, but as we see another pass, just finding the feet of young Pat Palmer. And
Getting a few poke checks in there.
that's good. Love the defense. Defense have got to poke. They've got to let the attackers know they're there. And we've got the sniper here coming in, kicks it down, really needs to move his feet. And I think that's some of the issue there at the back why those last 2 balls have gone to ground is Palmer really needs to move his feet down the back there when he's getting the ball. We've got Brooks with the ball here against a shorty and double shorty, and he's going to get a shot off here.
Outside.
And that's
Outside
the back
the
of
cage.
the net. So, but he got away.
Quick
from
clear to
those,
Cam.
Cam.
Haven't seen much about him since the first quarter.
Well, since the first 10 seconds. And
He's down. He's
just-
back up.
He's popped up. I know he did something to an ankle or a foot there, so I wonder whether that played anything when he went to turn then.
He doesn't seem to be limping at all.
Okay, that's good for him, but just the shoes blowing out there as he's too much speed may be carried. So here we go. Goddard with the ball again. He's recovered from his turnover and he's managed to play some defence and now back in offence. So he'll be pleased that nothing came of that. Kicks it
Always
out.
a relief.
Kicks it out to Kennedy. Kicks it up to Cam. We kick it down to Walker. And Walker was really good early. So Goddard just a little 1-2, but great slide. But there's a slash there.
WA goes into a man up now.
Yep.
Good slide by South Australia, but unfortunately a bit clumsy. And Dom Lyons will find himself in the box for a 1-minute penalty for a slash. And there is no disagreeing with that one.
No.
Not even Dom, I think, will be saying a word there. But the positives out of that is a good slide. But we get WA in a man-up situation, and they can hopefully, for their sake, pull this back to a 6-3. 6-4 if they get one on here. So Cam just sitting on the top.
Oh, beautiful shot by
right.
Kennedy.
And again, I reckon that screened a little off that off Cam coming through there. And I think the goalie for SA may have just not picked that. Was there a screen here? Cam there. Oh, yeah. Cam just runs in front of the
Right in
keeper.
front of him. Yep,
And,
that little split second.
You know, that split little second is enough to see Cam coming across there, but a fantastic shot there from Mitch Kennedy.
And we see him at club, we see him at state, and I'm sure we'll see him making an impression at nationals this year with that shot. It's very dangerous when he gets the ball.
And SA, after 2 quick goals, have just called a timeout to settle things down here. WA will be cock a hoot, and they come back to a 6-4 deficit. South Australia 6, WA 4. And just starting to get a little bit more ball there, Sean.
Yeah, a little bit of a run here. I don't know if SA took the timeout or if WA did to conserve the clock on the man down situation.
Now, boys, I will be leaving you soon to go prepare for my game, but I'm going to leave you with Ollie Levette, who will be taking over the on-field commentary for me.
Excellent. Well, we thank you for your time here, Hannah, in what is a really busy schedule for you with the women's game. We wish you all the best over there, playing in a WA derby almost.
Almost. Got a few Americans that we don't know, but...
You will by the end of the game.
Yeah.
So we really
That's
appreciate you
the
being
hope.
down there and love your work.
Well, thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Thanks, Hannah.
All right, so as we come out of the timeout here, SA leading 6-4. We've got about 10 minutes, about halfway gone in this second half, and WA in front on the scoreboard for this one. Jesse Bowen Curtis with the ball, and it's coming out. Luke Keesing just chasing Benji Muxlow around. They've probably done that many a time too in South Australia and Australian. They know each other really well. Kennedy with the ball after that cracking shot last time. So Evangelo with the ball to Diver. Looking on the bottom corner there to Walker. Just popped that one up, did he?
It looked like it just a slightly errant pass and away come. Ooh.
And Lewis King on the ground. I haven't actually called him today. He's let one go, and King's just got a flag here. He's going to get a push there, I reckon.
See, that I don't think it's a penalty, but
Yeah, neither do I.
unfortunately he's been calling that all week.
He's called that. He's got a 30-second push. Or
Yeah,
maybe a minute push there.
that's a bit ticky-tack, but unfortunately we're not the ones calling the game.
And that's the learning here. Lewis King had the opportunity to grab that ball. He wouldn't be in this situation if he'd caught it. Didn't catch it, put under pressure. He did really well to get back into defence, but you know, you catch that ball, you're in an offensive situation, you're not sitting on the bench. So
Exactly.
he'll learn from that. First time SA player for the men's team, and he was over Shorty 2 years ago.
There you go.
In South Australia's under-18 team. We flicked him over to Longy, and
Good save.
not the third time. Cody saw where that one was coming. Little
Over the
outlet
top.
there. Or Fuss just putting in some big whacks there. Plenty of movement happening there. Kennedy just flicks the ball out here, and a great pick up there from Walker. Not Cody's best outlet there.
No, I got a little overzealous.
But I think they were in the penalty, so Cody was just trying to get it down the field as penalty's been released now. So WA out of the man-up situation and another.
But you don't want to give this SA offense multiple opportunities. 2 failed clears in a row.
Oh, another great
big
save from Watts. And that's going to be checking the goalie. We've got a flag up, advantage. No, he's played advantage on that, and we like that. But that should have been a penalty.
Yeah,
He had
should
the
have
ball
been
in
30.
his
Looked
stick.
like he had full possession.
And here's SA. They're just fumbling
Not
that
very
ball.
clean
Paddy
right
Palmer's
now.
got an absolute jets on him. Been a shorty for most of his life, and he won't mind having a shot if he gets down there, but does the team thing and pops it off. And
Good smart play.
Cody with another good save.
Yeah, another great save.
And good outlet that time.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
Much more patient.
certainly standing up in the cage there. And SA into attack. And SA would want to put another one on here just to stem that little 2-goal outlet from WA. And if they could even the quarter up here, it sort of takes away what WA have done a little bit. But they are...
See if they get a good possession here, give their defense a bit of a rest.
6-4 at the moment. SA just taking some time in O. The sniper with the ball. Haven't really been able to see him yet. He's been really well guarded there on that bottom corner by Ashby Dennis. Okay. And we're about to have down there Ollie Lovett, who is the brother of Jack love it. On the SA team, just getting mic'd up, so we look forward to having Ollie down there with some parochial SA comments, hopefully. No, we don't want that in this game. So SA with the ball there. And just moving, Evans with the ball. He liked what he saw, triple team for WA. If SA can actually move the ball quickly on that triple team, they might open up the other side here. But just a little bit stationary, a little bit getting it.
This is a matchup I think SA likes.
Yeah, they like this. Koswara on the Australian captain, and that one's pinged off the bar, and he gets his own backup. So they certainly did like that matchup there, or Nige certainly liked that matchup. Picking up Cozzy. Dan Evans has got Walker here, so he also likes what he sees. And SA just trying to suck out the WA defence. But WA they're playing really good team defence at the moment. There's a lot of ones and twos, lots of slides coming. And SA, to sort of beat that, are really going to have to move the ball a little bit quicker once they come.
Look for Dan to come to this right side, put his shoulder in, see if he can get the defender to commit on the weak side.
So we've set this here. They've got two shorties on the right-hand side here. As he goes left, there's a double there, so there's got to be free men. But there's two guys from South Australia behind the cage, and he's just not moving the ball. You know, the two SA guys shot behind the cage. It effectively nullifies the fact that they've sent a double, and you want one of those coming up high. So you really created an opportunity for something quite aggressive. But obviously, here's the sniper.
Move it.
Just finding himself in trouble. Benji Nuxlow would have seen plenty of him. So Walker and picks it up. And this will be a matchup. These guys have played many state teams against each other. They were all in the Australian Under-19 squads, so they would have seen plenty of each other. The two young guys there, Henry Haskett and Cozzy. And Henry Haskett likes what he sees in college. Good save there. Big save. Oh, nearly picked off from the snipe. But great save there from the Aussie goal shark, Ryan Spark. And that's the third shot for SA this quarter. And Sparksy's a fourth shot, from SA this quarter. And one save to Sparksy. So WA have the ball in their offense. There's about 4 minutes to go in this third term, and the terms are going quickly.
They are.
Sure.
Very quickly here.
If WA can put one away here, really just create some mental pressure. A bit like the girls' game yesterday, where Vic got out to this big lead, and WA came back and put some mental pressure on. And Kennedy looking down the line, Cody with the save down low, didn't know where it went from there, but it's still a save. So he liked that side. We've got an in and out call.
No,
that's a terrible call, to be honest. I didn't see that.
Nah, it didn't. He did not go outside the circle there.
And
he was on the far side of the pipe. It's just another one where he's been trying to get involved in the game. All 3 games that he's refereed.
So we're looking up here at the replay, and that was really poor because Cody stepped out and didn't step in. So anyway,
that's a call you got to be 110% sure.
It puts back in, and if WA can score off this, they that you sort of mark that down, don't you?
Yep.
As a goalkeeper, you wouldn't be happy with that.
No,
seeing that.
No.
Especially after a good save. But another shot there for WA, and it just allows them to play some offense again here, kicking it bound. They like the match up there on Keesing, on Graham. Obviously played many times together, and but he's going to run into Josh Harris this side. So Harris has now picked him
switch.
Up. Great switch there, and Harris likes what he sees.
Tom's coming underneath.
And that's
good
great save there from Cody.
Save.
And a great job from Josh. The outlet
he's got
to
be
Morton.
Careful with these outlets, though.
Really. And now Panting's going to bring it back into offense. And while that was another great save, that outlet's just not what he needs, is it?
Calm it down. You got the lead.
And he saw Morton breaking, but Morton had his head turning, and that's the GLC combination. And ripping one over the top there was Gillespie. And Cody just putting his hand up to Nige there, saying, "Mate, I'm sorry. It could have been all trouble, couldn't it?"
Yes.
As we're down to just under the 2 minutes now. Keesing on Panting. Panting's just monstering Keesing over the top there, and WA will get the ball back here. So SA will really be looking at shutting this out here with about 1:30 to go. And WA putting pressure on the SA defence to Panting. Panting did this last time. Cody would have seen it. And again, going high. Panting doing a great job there. And Ollie, welcome to the commentary, mate. Obviously, your bro's out there, Jack.
Yeah, very proud of Jack. And thanks for the introduction. Happy to be mic'd up and cheering for a Reds win, but I'll try and be as unbiased as possible.
Yeah, look, just getting in. Another great save there from Watts.
Oop, out of the cage.
And steps
Betsy.
nice.
He was out of bounds
stepped
there.
out, unfortunate. But at the end of the day, you know what? Doing the work here, SA, and they're under plenty of pressure in the last bit of this third term with a 2-goal lead at 6-4.
We're under 30 here to play in the fourth.
Same thing, just that bottom corner barge. They're really putting, and we're looking here at that outside. There's an outside shot coming from Kennedy, and that had some heat on it and just about sizzled through that back net. So there is shots coming left, right, and centre here for WA, and they'd be really keen to put one on here. And this is where that one, he slipped over there. Great double as the time goes there. And SA did a great job to hold that out.
Good stand.
They were under a lot of pressure in that last little quarter, last little bit of the quarter. And SA be really pleased to get out of that, as we're going to see some ALN match stats here and some highlights from the third quarter. So as they go to the 3-quarter break, we're going to have a chat about these highlights. And look, it's still a really well-poised game at the moment. 6-4 South Australian way. WA probably had the best part of that last little bit, as we see Fuss just going wham bam, thank you ma'am, I'm going to free my hands. Little one around the corner. This was really good from Gillespie, just through the 5-hole. And we flicked it up here, and this is the one where just that little screen, again, down low, and they've picked Cody to go low. And the third one they did on that, he didn't quite find that hole. That was the one, the third one, as we talk about it. You see Pat Palmer coming down here, and we see the referees there, who are overall doing a fantastic job in refereeing or umpiring this game, as they should be. While there was one contentious call there that we saw, you know what, they're closer. And at the end of the day, you know, they're doing a job too. And
absolutely.
But this sets up an absolutely fantastic last quarter. Ollie, we'll just get down to you. You're a bit closer to the action.
Yeah.
How you seeing this game, and then we'll just go through some match stats here.
Well, SA would be very happy to get out of that last passage of play without conceding another goal. All the momentum's with WA at the moment, but I think they'll be happy to hold tight, regroup, and hopefully finish off this last quarter strong and hold on to that lead to get into the grand final.
Yeah, as we come out to the fourth quarter here, we'll just go through a couple of the goal scorers.
Yeah, so we've got, for SA, you've got Nige Morton with 2, Dan Evans with 2, and Matty Fuss with 2, and I think a couple of those were finishing off the man up.
Yep.
Look for SA in the fourth quarter. They looked a little bit tentative on the offensive side of the ball. You know, content with the lead, but in games like these, you can't really sit on that lead. You got to keep, you know, staying within your offensive set. And then for WA, you had a 2-goal quarter for them, outscoring 2-1 with Jordy Gillespie with 1 and Mitch Kennedy with the other.
So it's set up for a fantastic last quarter. The balls, both face-off players, just leaving it behind there. There's a tussle, and Fuss. Oh, I thought Fuss won. That might be a hand in the back there. Did we see that? I think we've got it from the other side. We've got a legal procedure. Oh, hang on. We've got a... Okay. We've got an illegal procedure right there. That was well early. There was a hand in the back there that didn't get called, and we're going to have a reface here. And what's your thoughts there, Shawnee?
Well, you never know. Couldn't quite tell what the procedure foul was. I don't know if they were on the line early or what, but we've got a second face-off here.
They must have both broken, because otherwise it would have been a possession call, as we have Aaron Solder winning the first one out of the face-off, getting another opportunity, and to the Bronx cheers there. But Benji, again, another touch through the mid, kicking it out to Mitch Kennedy, and WA would certainly be looking to get one on the board early here and really put the mental pressure back on the South Australian side, because, as I said, some of the South Australian side is quite young. It's a couple of them first state tournament, so if they could get into the mental side of some of these guys, it may prove to be winning. But they've got to get some scoreboard pressure on them. While they had plenty of offense in that last little 2 minutes, SA's defense stood up really, really, really well. and just on the two keepers, obviously Sparksy had 3 shots put on him for 1 save that quarter. 4 shots put on him for 1 save. So that'll tell you how much offence SA played. And Cody ended up having 11 shots on him for 6 saves. So
WA offense definitely came alive.
getting
You got
inside
Goddard
here,
coming
little
inside,
hold.
and a beautiful
And
finish.
we might, great little finish there. And that's just what WA have ordered. Held him up, but not well enough there. And a great finish by, I believe that was Tommy Graham.
Yep.
Tommy Graham.
No, it looked like it was
hang
Brad
on.
Goddard.
Sorry, Brett Goddard. A fantastic finish from Brett Goddard, and Paddy Palmer just giving him one after, but Fussy just letting him get inside, and it worked well. And Goddard putting himself in the game and putting WA back in the game. So South Australia won't be happy with that first opportunity for in the offensive. Jesse Bowen Curtis, the referee just getting in the way there, and you'd almost give that a reface, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But flicking around, WA, the ball's just falling their way at the moment. Benji Muxlow, and a great hit there
Danny.
Great hit. I don't know whether that was Josh Harris or Dan Evans, and obviously Josh and Dan being great teammates at Burnside over many years. But Benji just wearing that and cop one out there, as SA will look to bring it into attack, and hopefully they will, for them, they will look at putting one back on the scoreboard. But they're going to have to really move their feet, because they really got outplayed in that third term by WA, and it shows by the shots on Cage.
Yeah, you can't be happy with the lead. You got to keep playing your offense. See if they can sneak on the inside here.
Yep. Good little hit down there, Ollie, from the SA boys.
Yeah, that was a great contested face-off there. Really did the work hard and ended up with the ball.
And ground level, the crowd must be starting to get into this.
You are not wrong. They're all behind me. I feel like I'm in enemy territory here.
Yeah, which is fantastic, as we see Paddy Palmer go about his work here. SA nearly tripped over his own feet, just kicking back. And Benny Robinson down the back there. Kicks it up. Here we go, Dan Evans. This has been the one where they've tried to go most quarters, but really good defence there. Just letting him get past, but a good double.
Got to move that ball on now. You're holding on to it.
Oh, we're going to have a flag here, and that might just be for a push. I would think Timmy Kennedy getting in the game.
Yep.
WA bench really not happy with that.
Cross-check.
Oh, we've got a cross-check, but he was right on the scene, so we've got to go with the fact that he was the closest. WA, the coaching staff there, really not happy with that.
No.
But Dan needed to move the ball there. He got monstered and was really lucky to get away with that. So SA will go in a man-up opportunity, and they'll have first opportunity to draw
first blood here in the fourth, or second blood, I
second
should say.
blood, just to get that one back.
Yep.
And
Steady
push
there.
out to a 2-1 lead. So the ball movement from the first quarter has just slowed down that little bit. They were really zipping in the first quarter. Even in the man-up opportunity, they were really zipping this ball. WA just able to keep their feet, as we see the sniper, Benny Robinson, just filling into the centre there. And we've got Jack Palmer coming around. There's a right-hand sweep here. Jack Palmer opens up. There's no one on the court. And again, I reckon that might be a little screen. But Nigel Morton, Australian co-captain, standing up there. And when big things need to be done, big players stand up.
Absolutely. And you can see Nige mixing up his shots too. The last few, he's been pulling them out from the outside. And that one, he just kind of pulled it in just a little bit and took that extra step inside. Increase his angle a little bit.
And another man-up opportunity goal for South Australia. And I think, as I said, Paddy Palmer found his space right in. Jack Palmer. The boys are out there. Jack Palmer running into that crease and wide open, but might have just created a screen on Sparksy there. And one like that one earlier on Watts.
Yep, and a good finish.
Great finish, and just gives that little bit of breathing space. And I don't know whether that ground's soft down there, but the boys seem to be leaving the ball behind in the face-off. They seem to think they've got it in their stick. And defence there as we just fill over. And Benji Muxlow, never one to be shy going into offence. He would certainly be really happy as Josh Harris picks him up. I don't think Benji will probably stay out there for a little bit. No, Benji's coming off, and can WA answer that last goal from SA? Just bring it back one goal, Sean.
We'll see what they come out with. You know, they're settling it right now, and you've got Isaac Cahill and Lockie Walker down there behind GLE. So we'll see what they've come out in a 2-2-2. It looks like here.
Ollie, just down to you. Is there much talk on the ground out there as Goddard just puts one over the top?
I can hear a lot more talk from the WA side down at this end at the moment. Not a lot from SA.
Okay, so SA needing to be a little louder in their defence. And we've got a one-on-one here against K-Man. A little poke in the face after he gets rid of that one. But nothing nasty about that. Lachlan Walker with the ball.
And Goddard with the
great
second.
shot there. Goddard really stepping up here in this last term, and that's his second for the quarter. And he potentially is looming as someone who may take it on his back to give it a crack here.
He seems to have that extra gear. You could see on that, he had an initial drive there in the start of possession, and then another really nice finish going high to low.
So, as we love it, the score is back to 7-6. Really tight game here, and this face-off again becomes crucial. But it's what we expected, Sean. The game was set. It's a really knockout. It's a key. Everyone should be standing up. We're seeing some really good lacrosse here. We've got a legal procedure again as WA get the ball. They'll be happy to have the ball in offence as he's just able to float up. But another illegal procedure in the face there.
Oh, it's got a step.
Oh, got a big piece of that one, Cody. Not happy with himself, but the defence really let him down there.
You can't let Lockie turn on the jets there. 'Cause when he gets inside, he's 9 times out of 10, he's going to finish that one.
You can see Walker saw his matchup and just couldn't go with him, the South Australian defender. And Cody disappointed. I think he got a big piece of that, but it's in the back of the net. And Dom Lyons just not having the pace to go. And it's an even ball game as we have one out of the centre. And 1, 2, 3, gone through 3. Luke Keesing with a great ground ball, and he's been hit on the ground there. But ball's out top as
Great pick up by Isaac.
Great pick up by Isaac there. You can see why he's in the Aussie side with those ground balls. Luke Keesing just having the ball there. He could have just popped that one back towards the keeper and let him have some time. But WA with the ball. It's 7-all here. We've got just over 10 minutes to go in this last quarter, and it's set up for a fantastic.
Set up for a great finish here.
And I can tell you, WA in the last quarter and a bit have certainly been the aggressors. So if they can get another goal here to step that one up, that really puts some pressure on the South Australian side.
Absolutely.
And puts them one step further to the final.
See what they come out with here in this possession. Another 2-2-2 set. Goddard again.
Luke Keesing. Goddard. Number 3 for the quarter, Goddard. Finds that shorty. Luke Keesing on the defence there. Again, he's been blowing by them on that quarter. And Goddard turning out to be a match winner here in this last quarter.
Yep. 3 for 3. And another dodge without a slide. Playing island-style defence here.
And again, going one-on-one with the keeper. And as a
Not
keeper,
much
you
can
don't
do.
like seeing that, do you?
No.
As we get a timeout here called by SA and Western Australia
Up and about.
with 10 minutes to go, or just under 10 minutes to go in this knockout game for the final. For the first time in the game, take an 8-7 lead, and South Australian coaching staff calling that timeout and just reassessing what we're doing down there. But WA coaches will be pleased with that because obviously they've set up an offence there that they think will beat this WA defence, and it's working at the moment with a 4-goal-to-1 last quarter.
And they're attacking the wings and getting some good one-on-one matchups, especially with some of those short sticks. And we'll see if the SA defense can regroup here and start sending some slides. So it looked like they're just getting a little too far extended on the periphery there.
Ollie, can you hear much down there from the SA coaches while they're going about it? What's being said?
I'm a bit too far away for that, but it's a real test for SA here. Under the pump, 1 goal down. And yeah, they're just not sliding well enough at the moment and leaving each other exposed on those corners.
WA doing a great job in offence to isolate those guys. SA not picking it up, and I'm sure that's what defensive coach and assistant coach Craig Schicker's talking to his defence down there. Just you know, you can't afford to let guys blow by you and there's an open space behind where you're one-on-one with the keeper. They will score, you know, 9 out of 10 times in that situation. Goalies are probably only supposed to save 1 out of 10 of those. And, you know, SA will be looking to tighten up that defence, and better than that, Dan Evans will be looking forward to getting this one out against Jesse Bowen-Curtis. But Bowen-Curtis has been big in there and hasn't played a lot today through the face, but this is where he stands up and his craft comes.
Big face-off.
Craft comes to the fore. So Jesse Bowen-Curtis just flicking it out, going to ground. Dan Evans, you've got to want the ground ball a little bit bigger than that. And the ball's out, ball's been flicked down, and really, SA really needing this ground ball.
Pick up from Danny Evans.
Josh Harris just sneaking in, and there's a few nerves here from South Australia. They're just thinking about it, and they've gone back to the defensive end, and they've gone all the way back.
Yep.
Almost soccer style, just to do the switch.
Yeah, they had space up on the attack side, but Josh decided to take it back to the defensive end and regroup a little bit.
And he's going to have to run here, because they're going to chase him out, and SA are doing that, but they're not offside, so that's good. But he needs a shorty to come to him because he's under a lot of pressure, and manages to get that one over to Dan Evans on the half. And SA
You've got 4 guys back
making
there now.
hard work of that one as they send the long stick out, and they'll be pleased with that clear. And majority of the clears, both goalies going it fairly well today. But SA will want to get one back here and even this score up. We've got about 8 and a bit minutes to go. SA will be looking to put one back on the scoreboard. And you think this is where a guy like Ryan Sparks in the cage with the Aussies, this is where it comes to the fore, isn't it?
Yes.
He'll be wanting to stand up big time here for his WA side. And Dan Evans just liking his matchup. Doubles are everywhere here for WA. Kicks it over to Palmer. Palmer hasn't been able to really feed in this game as he has in the past couple. And he's being shut down, but a good little move there. A great poke and a great knockdown from WA. Benji Muxlow with the ball. Just kicking it out. That's come off for South Australia. And the ball will go WA, and everything falling WA's way at the moment. And we've got a flag here. No, we've got my time. We've got an injured player. And he may have done an ankle, Paddy Palmer, or a knee, or a hamstring. Which one's he? He's holding a knee. That's not what we like to see from a young player, although he's starting to get some weight on it now.
But it's been a little bit of a
twist.
cramp.
A twist, but we hope for Jack Palmer's sake there. And I don't know whether when he was he got stepped on there. Okay, he actually got a step on unintentional, but as that slide went and the defender was running, he's actually stepped on him. So he's just copped a sprig there, which always stings for a couple.
Yep.
And more in the ankle, and I'm sure he'll be right from that. Geez, SA letting WA get out far too easily, and WA back into attack again. 4-1 quarter. 8-7 is the 8-7 is the thing. Ollie, while we go down there, just on Jack Palmer there, was that a step on him? Did he say?
It's just a cramp, actually. I went and had a chat with him. He thinks he'll be all right to get back on in a few minutes, so that's good news.
Okay, so obviously not listening to his previous coaches and hydrating enough in those junior grades. But anyway, thanks, Ollie. We love the fact you got down there and had a quick chat to him to make sure he's okay. As a little quick stick there, and WA have just extended the lead. Great feed from behind, and we just have Isaac Cale stepping up there, and WA really winning this last quarter, but a great feed there by Lachlan Walker. Just seeing the back open side, and SA in disarray in the defence at the moment, and with a 9-7 game with about 6.5 to go, that really pushes it out, doesn't it?
Yep.
So SA really need the face-off here if they're a chance of getting back in this game. Let's see if we can get one away. Yes, we do. And Luke Keesing got a great check there from Benji Muxlow, and that's what he's there for. He's a great pickup down the bottom there. But Benji Muxlow, that's where his work is done, and he saw Lukey win the face and came off that wing, knocked his stick out, and got the ball to his WA teammates, and WA will play some offense again here with about 6 minutes to go. And SA need to play much tighter defence than they have in the this last quarter. Really got away from them in the last quarter, 5-1. And credit to WA. They've really spread this SA defence. Earlier in the game, they were really sloughed down and they were crunched in and they weren't allowing these one-on-one opportunities because the slides were really close. But they've really stretched this SA defence. And, I know Craig Schicker had a word to them before, but they need to stop here. They need to stop with the goal as kicks around the corner. Good work by the young defender in Paddy Palmer. And this is Luke. Luke's been beaten once down there before and seeing what we're doing. Kicks it back to Walker. And Walker putting this out. And really, defence have to be better than that for South Australia. That was, I don't know whether they're getting tired out there. But,
well, you can see a lot of hands on hips. Fair few walking off the ground right now, but they're not sliding.
You can see Walker here just getting his hands free and top left hand on Watts, and that one goes through as we see Jack Palmer walking around with a bit of cramp. But that's
moving around freely.
Thanks for that, Ollie. Yeah, he looks like he's walking better, so tell him to get some Staminate or something in, and WA go out and push that lead out to 3 with Walker getting his second of the quarter. And that's a 6-1 last quarter. Face off there, WA, everything's falling WA's way here. And even Dan Evans can't keep his feet, and that's just too easy. That is too easy for WA as Mitch Kennedy just goes through, and you can see it falling apart for South Australia. You saw Dan Evans in the background there. He couldn't even keep his feet.
Nope.
And I reckon he's walked through 4 defenders. You wouldn't be happy with the defenders there, Sean?
No, absolutely not.
That is 8 shots for the quarter for 7 goals.
It's not going to win you too many ball games, especially a pretty much a semi-final game here.
Yeah, and I think the death knell was just about rung for South Australia with 3.5 minutes to go while they were in control of this game for 3 quarters. And look at that, the ball is just falling WA's way at the moment. Jesse Bowen-Curtis with the ball. He won't want to give it up, but he's going to run into some pressure, kicks it back to the Aussie Shark, who just says, let's settle it down here. They have to chase us a little bit. The score is blowing out to 11-7, and Hannah will be very happy because she wasn't far off that, I don't think.
No. I think she said 11-10.
She did. Well, SA would have to get a motor on if they're to get that score on the board. But 4 minutes to go here, and WA just asserting their authority. And everything's going right for them. The ball's falling their way, but you make your own luck, and they've certainly made theirs in this last quarter. And who would have expected a 7-1 last quarter? It's WA have run right over the top of this South Australian side, and as I said, that little bit of scoreboard pressure and mental pressure, this is where they've been getting beaten though. And Goddard's been sensational in this last quarter with 3.
Yeah, he's really stepped up.
He just kicks it up, and WA will probably look to suck some of this time out now. Just over 2 minutes to go in the quarter, and SA know that this one's well and truly gone now. Josh Harris not giving up. He wants to show, but again, they're missing like that. Cody with a good stick on that and just pushes it wide. But when you're seeing guys slipping over, and they're just that mental side of their game's gone now. And with 2 minutes to go, WA would look to put another one on the board and just really push this home. And this is something they haven't done in the last couple of years, so they'll be glad to get that bit of a hoodoo off their back where they've beaten SA in this sort of game where they've been on the backside of that for the last couple of years. There's an offside open look here. Has a shot. That one flies over the top there from Graham. And WA look like they're going to be your opponent, Sean, in the big dance. But it's great up here in commentary because you get to see a lot of this, and you can see exactly what they're doing from a great vantage point.
Absolutely. No, it's a good offense that we'll be seeing tomorrow, especially the way they've played in this 4th quarter. They've stepped up big time.
Great hold there from Walker. Flag on the play. And we've got Cozzy with the ball. Cody just
good save.
Letting that one go wide. That's 2 saves in a row for this last quarter, but WA having plenty of shots on here. And Sparksy hasn't had a shot put in on him in this quarter.
Nope. I don't think the ball's been down there on that side of the field much.
He's had the best quarter of his life coming into a championship final.
Absolutely.
Not one shot at him. He'll step out of this with no balls whacking him in the feet late or in those calve areas, you know, those inside calves.
Oh, I know them all too well.
And WA will just look to suck this out. There's about 20-odd seconds to go, or maybe a little bit longer in this quarter.
Yeah, I think a little bit longer. The
Inside, Cody with another great save, but he's had a good game.
And then just balloons it down.
Just balloons it down and picked out, and that's probably the first time that, or maybe second time that Sparksy's touched the ball. As WA bring it back into their offense, little flick. Tommy Graham just making Henry Haskett work really hard on the outside there. You've got Dan Evans doubling.
And it looks like the
clock's
on, so we're under 30.
And three South Australian players chasing around, kicks it out. And while they're chasing around, there's plenty of open here. WA will just sit out here and suck that out with Mitch Kennedy. I wouldn't think they'll go to cage now with the clock on. But Tommy Graham may have other thought processes. Kicks it out, and they may want to get a shot off here, but I doubt it. And they'll just slough this ball out, kicking the ball really wide. And WA will be really pleased with this last quarter effort as the final whistle siren sounds here with WA with a massive last quarter. It was 7 gold to 1 quarter in that last, running out 11-7 winners over South Australia, and you probably wouldn't have seen that at the three-quarter break.
No, it was, I think a big player in that was Brad Goddard, with really stepped up there in the fourth quarter. You could see he got a step on his man on a few occasions and ended up with a 3-goal fourth.
Which was an outstanding effort by him. I mean, and his first touch of the ball down here, he lost it early in that second, or first, and got a turnover, did great defense to bring it back, and then had an opportunity and they scored from that. But from that point, mate, his last quarter was lights out. And well coached by WA there. They were getting pushed low. All of a sudden, they sucked them out, gave themselves opportunity where that slide wasn't coming.
Yep.
And they really utilised this SA defence and their weaknesses. They saw them and they overdid them. So we're going to go down to the winning head coach here very shortly. And I'm sure Nathan Rainey will be very pleased with his boys. SA just getting together, and you know that's a learning for them. And WA will be pleased that that Hoodoo's gone from the last couple of years, and it'd be nice to get one over. So I think we're going to shoot. Down here to Nathan Rainey. I think he can hear me.
Well, I did.
Okay, Nath. What an outstanding last quarter. Great coaching there to get the defence or get the SA defence wide and go those one-on-ones. Goddard, outstanding, 7-1 quarter. You must be really happy with the finish of that game.
Yeah, excellent, mate. I mean, we tried for 3 quarters to find that offensive balance, and I'm really happy for Brad to step up. It's his first carnival in 10 years, and that's what we know we can do. So really happy for Brad and the team, and defence stuck it out, which was awesome. Yeah,
look, the defence played really good. I was just saying, Sparksy, I didn't think saw a shot there. He had two times the ball was in his stick that quarter, so fantastic effort for that. And look, we thank you for your time. We wish you the best for the final. And first time in a couple of years that you've beaten South Australia and you've got one back on them.
Yeah, it was excellent, mate. I did get a few texts about reminding us about the last couple of years. So, no, really happy, and good luck to Victoria, and hopefully it's a good day tomorrow.
Well, congratulations to the 2 teams in the final tomorrow, WA and Victoria, and we will get ready for the presentations here. So thanks, Nathan.
Congrats.
Appreciate
on a good win, mate.
Thanks, mate. Where is the guy?
And as the boys just come together here, shaking hands, fantastic 3 quarters from South Australia, but just couldn't hold out a rampant WA then. And, WA, all the spoils in that as we see the highlights here. And they're going to be pretty much dominated by WA in this second or last quarter. And here's the man we talked about, Goddard, just getting inside far too easy. And, the double not coming. Shot there was in that third quarter. But, South Australia, WA, cracking game. really cracking game. Sean, your thoughts on the game?
No, I think the first 3 quarters, you could see the SA offense starting to play a bit tentative there, and WA just opened it up and started spacing out the defense, and I think the floodgates started to open when you play a lot of D down there, and those one-on-one matchups start to get exploited there.
All right, as the boys line up for the MVP, who's your MVP for both sides?
For WA, I'd have to say Goddard, especially with that performance in the 4th. Really put the team on the back early and got them some key goals. For the SA side, I'd go one of 2 ways. Nige, I think, had, 3 goals there, and some three big ones.
Yeah, Nige had 3 goals.
Otherwise, I'd say either Nigel or, I'm always partial to a goalie, and I thought Cody made some big saves for him.
Yeah, I'm probably on both of those for you. And WA, I like Goddard and Kennedy, but we're going to shoot down to the guys downstairs, and we'll hear these presentations.
Having a little chat. Deciding who's the MVP. I'm in the frame.
As the boys just get ready down there to these for these presentations.
You just need to just speak into it.
Okay.
Winning coach Nathan Ray.
All right, boys. Firstly, whose kids are those? All right, South Australia, really appreciate the game today and definitely toughed it out and, been a bit of a bogey side to us, and you certainly, you made us earn it, which we appreciate, and we hope you guys every success next championship. And I think today, another kid. Your goalie stood tall and big all day. Cody, well done, mate. Well done, mate.
Yeah, WA boys, thanks a lot for the game. Look, awesome contest, but you guys probably just outran us in that last quarter, and today your MVP was Brad Goddard. Cheers, man.
Okay, as the 2 MVPs for the game there. Goddard, who stood up massively in that last quarter, and for South Australia, Cody Watts getting the MVP in a great game. Plenty of shots on him, but plenty of saves. So, well done to the 2 boys. We will have an interview very shortly with the winning MVP, or with a WA player. We're just finding out who that is at the moment. But as the 2 sides mosey off, Sean, looking ahead to tomorrow, what's your day entail from here?
Well, we've got the New South Wales, Queensland, East Coast team that we'll go ahead and get ready for here in the next couple of minutes, and then look forward to tomorrow's big matchup. Always tough playing a team on their home ground, especially in a grand final, and the WA offense really came alive, and we'll see if they come out with any little wrinkles for tomorrow's matchup as well. So,
yeah, well, wish you the best of luck for this afternoon.
Well,
As I said, the sun's come out. It's a beautiful day here at Wembley. If you're watching live and you're in WA and you want to come down and see another cracking game, while we will be live on the ALN, get down here because it's a beautiful day of lacrosse, and we're just about to flick down to the WA winning MVP player in Brad Goddard here. He's just getting mic'd up for us. So, all right, Ollie.
Congratulations. Good game, mate. You can hear the guys in the commentary.
Yep.
All right, Brad, I'm going to say your first touch of the ball just fiddled out down in that first or second quarter, and from that point, the defence you played after that to bring it back and you scored. But your last quarter, mate, was outstanding. So you must be really pleased with the way you finished off that game heading into a final.
From a personal point, yeah, but from a team point of view, I think it was probably more impressive the way we came back. Obviously, last year they were in a similar situation and weren't able to pull through. I just think the way we pulled together, the way we fought it out, and the way we're able to turn it around is just the whole team. So that brings me through as well. So I had a good last quarter, but that is only because of the people around me as well.
And just on that then, mate, what did Nath say to you at three-quarter time? Because it was 7-1 last quarter. He must have put some juice in you boys because you look really good.
Frenchie was actually the one who really ramped us up, so he got us all in. He likes to yell and scream a bit, so he fired us all up, got us all going, and then Nath came in at the end, told us what we needed to do, and the boys executed. So that's all we can ask for.
Well, he's done a good job to get that 7-1 last quarter. Looking forward to tomorrow. You're playing Victoria. What do you do better than today to get over the Vics after they beat you the other day?
I think we just need to finish our shots. We still had a lot of shots on cage, so we need to finish our shots. We just need to bring that intensity the whole game as opposed to coming in patches, and I think we'll be all right. We showed early we can get a lot of shots off early against Vic. They're obviously going to bring it as well, so as long as we can match that and finish our shots, we should be a real good chance.
Well, Brad Goddard, great game today, great team game today in that last quarter, and congratulations on your MVP, and good luck, as hard as it is for a South Australian to say after the last couple of years as a coach, but good luck for tomorrow against Victoria and all the best.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, so we're just going to get the match stats up, and they look very one-sided in this last quarter. Sean, you want to go through the WA side winning first?
Yeah, so on the WA side, we had Goddard with the 3-goal fourth, and then also two pretty even spread after that. You had Mitch Kennedy with 2 goals and an assist, Lucky Walker 2 and 1 as well, and then Isaac Cahill with a couple of goals himself. Jordy Gillespie had that nice down in the third there with that little roll on the inside and to finish righty, and then so I think they and Cam Evangelo obviously got the scoring started for him in the about 10 seconds into the game.
Yep. And on the SA side?
On the SA side, you had all the Sharks scoring there with Nigel Morton leading the way with 3, and then Dan Evans and Matty Fuss chipping in with 2 goals apiece there.
And it was probably where the game was won and lost that the strength of the offense with those 3 scorers, and by all being Shark players, the other guys needed to come into this game if they were to get over there.
Absolutely.
So we are from lovely Wembley here as the wrap up after this really pivotal game. We've got SA just down the back having a chat, and WA out here very, very happy to be. On behalf of the ALN, myself, Tony Watts, and Aussie Shark Sean Aaron, who is about to go away in less than 4 weeks.
Yep.
And we wish you all the best over
thank
there,
you.
mate.
Appreciate it.
More than that, we wish you the best in this tournament for the rest of the week.
Thank you.
And good luck for tomorrow. And we thank all our sponsors here, but on behalf of the ALN, that is a wrap-up from the WASA game, and we look forward to having you back here for the next game between the mighty Victorian Sean Aaron's side and the East Coast All-Stars, which will also be live. So thank you to ALN, thank you to our sponsors, and thank you to Wembley Lacrosse Club. We will see you in about an hour and a half.